Listen, SB with the truth, it might piss your mind. And JP hit you with reality all the time. The way to keep it all the way 100, it should be a crime. Sports, news, politics, on the show you will find. Conversation grown, opinions they not alone. Savannah be the home, they coming straight for your dome. It is what it is, gonna be what it's gonna be. You are rocking with the Sean Brown Show with JP.
From the East Coast to the West Coast and all around the United States of America, this is the Sean Brown Show on WQTS. This is the broadcast live in sunny, beautiful, and warm Savannah, Georgia. Yet we're in hoodies, but it is quite warm outside. It's comfortable.
You're in hoodies.
I'm in a hoodie. These guys are in regular clothes, but you know, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood to be on the Sean Brown Show. Lunchtime Grind going on right now here in Savannah, Georgia. Shouts out to everybody up in Raleigh and across the country. Raleigh is where our mother station is, WQTS. They send us all across the country. We appreciate you guys. Shout out to DJ House holding us down in the studio, making sure that everybody across the country from the East Coast to the West Coast, to South Dakota to Texas, can hear us live every day, Monday through Friday, but especially Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We got some big things coming up here in the future on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We'll talk to y'all about that next week once the equipment comes in, and then we're going to have a good time. On today's show, we'll talk about LeBron James getting ejected. We'll talk about Eli Manning getting sat down. Talk about college football playoff rankings, big-time games coming up in college basketball in the near future. And we'll just shoot the load, we'll say.
Whoa.
Pause. JP Evans Davis in the building. What's going on, fellas?
Whoa. Not a way to start off.
I'm doing absolutely fantabulous today. How about you, JP?
Golly, I'm good, man. I'm tired. I'm barely holding my eyes open right now, but I'm good, man. I'm good.
JP was in the studio just snoring heavily before we got on the air, man.
Goddamn lie.
All I heard was...
I'll be trying to get ratings lying on me.
Hey, man.
Take medication. I'm trying to get that medication.
I'll be ugly.
Shout out to everyone checking in on Facebook Live, YouTube, TuneIn app, WQTSradio.com. We all appreciate everybody checking into the show and being supportive of what we do. Elvin Cochran, we see you checking in from out there at Texas Roadhouse. Appreciate you, big fella. And we will see you shortly because we got to come out there and check out Melvin for lunch one day.
Y'all late? I went Monday. Didn't nobody want to go?
As a team, you know.
Nobody want to go?
You know,
Thanks for
originally,
telling us, JP.
yeah.
I told you.
No, you didn't.
You didn't tell me.
I did tell you.
No, you didn't. No, sir. No.
2 against 1.
Let me refresh. Let me refresh. We're going for lunch. I got the plumber coming by the house.
I heard him say Carrie Hilliers.
Yeah, you did say
Boy,
Gary Lee,
stop.
sir.
No.
Yeah, you did.
I've gone to Texas Roadhouse. Last week was 2 weeks in a row. One with you and one before that.
I don't recall hearing it, because if I heard it, I would have went with you. Why wouldn't I go with you?
Because you had somebody come to the house, a plumber or something?
I did.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, that just let you know you were listening to me.
JP paying attention.
Thank you.
The first time for everything, people.
All right, folks. First topic of the day: LeBron James was ejected for the first time in 15 years of an NBA career last night during a blowout against the Miami Heat. LeBron thought he was fouled, lost his temper, caught a first tech, then caught a second tech, and it was a wrap for LeBron James. Fellas, this is a big deal. Is it not a big deal? What's up?
Not a big deal at all.
I agree. The man had been thrown out of 15 years, but it's LeBron, so everything's a big deal.
But you know what the most important thing is? Cleveland won the game.
Absolutely.
Ain't nobody talking about that.
108-97 final score.
I concur.
It was a dumb play. He might have gotten fouled.
He didn't get fouled. He didn't. LeBron has Jordan syndrome right now. He wants every time he goes to the basket, he gets close to being touched.
Jordan is bad.
No, he wasn't this bad, but it's still the same thing. Every time he goes to the bucket and gets close to getting touched, he wants to call.
Well, I mean, he's 6'9", 260, and just because you big, that doesn't mean I'm not getting fouled. How does James Harden get to the line more than I? How does Westbrook doesn't get the treatment?
Because James Harden flops.
So you want LeBron flop?
LeBron
He
already
ain't
flops
gonna
enough.
flop. He either gonna score or you gonna foul him. It's one of the two things.
He thought he got fouled.
He didn't get fouled. I saw the replay. He didn't get fouled.
It can go either way.
It's all about the angle.
reaction, frustration. Yeah. But like I said, the most important thing was Cleveland won, and that's good for the team.
Yes,
What was that, the 9th in a row?
Yep.
Yes.
Good for them.
The temper tantrum was
We're
wonderful.
expecting them. I mean, they don't matter. Expect Cleveland to keep losing.
Yeah, we knew it was going to come. They were going to hit their stride. Kevin Love dropped 32 of 38 in the first half of last night's game. But yeah, and of course LeBron gets all the coverage, even though Kevin Love dropped 38.
FYI, if you feature Kevin Love, this is what you'll get. He can can't play now. Let's not get it misconstrued. LeBron's greatness overshadows everyone that's there. That's why Kyrie had to get out of there.
I agree.
Kevin Love can play basketball, man.
Yeah.
He really can. And I'm
He
not
showed
just
that
saying
in
he had
Minnesota.
38. Thank you.
He led the team in Minnesota.
Thank you. 26. And I know it's a bad team, and I understand that. But it's people on bad teams that don't do that neither. What do you say about those guys?
True.
Okay.
True.
So you can feature Kevin Love, but LeBron's rightfully so. He overshadows any and everybody that comes there. I think Isaiah Thomas coming back will definitely help him. But kudos to Kevin Love. 10 for 16. He hits 14 out of 17 free throws.
That's key right there. You don't see
9
that very
rebounds. All right. 38 points. That's efficient.
Well, here's what I noticed, though, looking at the numbers. They're going to need more out of Jose Calderon. You go 17 minutes on the floor, 1 point, didn't take any shots, didn't take any threes, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. You need more at that point guard.
That's the first time he getting on the court?
It has to
First
be,
time I
because
seen
that's
his name.
ridiculous.
First time I seen his name.
Derrick
And you
Rose
gonna
is
need-
gone.
You're going to need more from him for how long? Because Isaiah's going to be back
Spot
soon.
duty. Spot duty.
No,
Yeah.
we've got Isaiah's not confirmed to be back soon.
Spot duty.
It's a possibility Isaiah comes back.
He came in on a 1-year deal as a backup quarterback. Backup.
But he was the backup to the backup.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So
now
I'm
the
not
backup is
expecting-
gone.
I'm not expecting nothing out of him. For him to have 8 points, pretty good.
I mean, Wade's going to pick up some more minutes to try and kind of fill the role a little bit.
Well, D Rose may be back too, so he's just an insurance policy. And if that's all you need to do, so for the other time, who was playing the minutes? Because he only played 17.
Wade.
So.
Wade played 28 minutes. Kyle Korver came in a little bit. They got a good little rotation going on. But it was all held down by Kevin Love's 38.
And you always can put LeBron at the point.
True, which I'm sure that's going to happen more than not. That's probably what it's going to be for the Cleveland
I don't know
Cavaliers.
if I would do that.
But it's not going to hold them down to the playoffs.
Oh no, just no, for the time being.
Yeah.
For the time being. It's just
In certain spots.
Yeah, he can play the position.
He play all
easily.
five.
Yeah. I'm always a little hesitant on the 5 position because you're gonna get worked at that 5. Just because you're gonna get tired of banging and bruising, it takes a toll on you. So even though he can play it, I really say 1 through 4. But he can play 1 through 5. Just as a coach, I know that'll take its toll on his body.
Here's the question, though, and we'll get to a couple of shout-outs after we finish this. Here's the question. With this roster, the way they're playing right now, can the Cleveland Cavaliers make it all the way through to the finals?
No.
With the roster?
With this roster, the way they're playing now,
Absolutely.
I don't know.
will this team beat Boston in a 7-game series?
Yes.
Yes.
Will this team beat anybody in the West in a 7-game series?
No.
Everybody but Golden State.
No.
JP, who else do you think they can't beat?
When they get Kawhi back, Spurs.
Okay. I can agree with that.
Well, I was talking
Yeah.
about the here and the now.
Yeah.
But yes, the Spurs and
Because
the
Kawhi is going to be back at some point this
Lord
season.
willing.
So-
And if he does, though, how? I mean, it's a rhythm thing too. It's a
And
It's
the
a-
way I see Kawhi is one of them people. It's like riding a bike. Once you learn it the first time, you don't forget it.
it's still a rhythm though. I mean,
Yeah, you
when
gotta
play
get
Well, I
basketball,
don't think
you
it'll
gotta-
take it long to get back.
We say that it don't take long to get out of shape, does it?
And it doesn't. You're right.
So it don't take long to get.
But think about what happens when he comes back. Aldridge playing at a high level. You just got Tony Parker back. He's going to find his rhythm. Ginobili's still giving you what you need from him at his age. And then you have Patty Mills coming off the bench still shooting threes.
Nothing's
You see
changed
that?
from that team from last year. More
Absolutely
story
not.
is
The only
him
thing
not playing at such a high level last year is getting back into the groove of things. Because like the other night, I saw Philly and Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Embiid looked tired because he ain't got his wind up. You know what I'm saying? Even though he had 30, you got to play yourself back into shape. I'm with you, and I agree with you 1,000%. It's still a rhythm thing. For instance, not to I'm just going to use an NFL reference, and I know we'll probably get to that, but 3 quarterbacks right now are in a really good rhythm. That's Ben Roethlisberger, Wentz, who's been in a rhythm,
Yep.
and Tom Brady is in a rhythm. You can say Drew Brees, but those 3 guys' rhythm has really just snapped 3 steps, 5 steps, 7 steps, deliver the ball in the window. Same thing with basketball. I'm in shape.
Yep.
I'm a professional athlete, so I'm not going to get out. I'm not Sean Kemp on the strikes. Short seasons. I'm a professional athlete, so I'm going to be in good condition, but it's the rhythm of the game and me getting back to the level that I was last year because he was unbelievable. I mean, flat unbelievable. And if Westbrook didn't have the awesome year that he had,
He'd have been MVP.
it's very possible.
True.
Over Harden. So,
But see, this is the reason why I say Spurs, because I mean every point you just made is legitimate. But the fact that Aldridge is playing better than he did last year.
that's without
Well,
because we got to go through him.
Well, that's true. But if I were the Spurs, seeing that Aldridge is playing at the level he's playing at right now, when Kawhi does come back, I wouldn't completely take the ball away from him. Just because Kawhi is there.
I don't think they took it away from him. I think it took him a little longer to adjust to his role on that team because in Portland, we went to you. Here it's going through Kawhi. Now, we got to find your rhythm, and we'll go to you. But you did play a tad bit soft, too, at times last year, too, that Aldridge.
I think that was the reasoning for his showing this year so far.
And they re-signed him. So he
Right.
feels good about it. He had a talk with Popovich, and I definitely wouldn't go away from him. You need him.
Right.
But Kawhi's that guy.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I don't, yeah.
Yeah, but I agree with you on that. I mean, Aldridge, I'm happy to see that because I thought the kid, man, whew, went on. He's Hall of Fame-ish.
Oh yeah, definitely agreed. Shout out to everybody checking in on our Facebook live feed. Mark Butner, I see you checking in. Just got promoted to Sergeant Major in the United States Army. Big time congratulations to you, good sir.
Mark Butler's good. Sergeant Buster.
He was planning on getting out of the Army, but he's not getting out now. Enjoy the rank, enjoy the time, enjoy the money because it's fun. But stay off the grass, Sergeant Major, and enjoy. Congratulations to Mark Butner as well. Again. Melvin Cochran's still checking in, being in the building with us. So we appreciate everybody tuning in.
Is Melvin even saying that he's disagreeing with me about his Spurs right now?
No. Melvin is saying Melvin agreed with me on the fact that Cleveland is not going to get past the Eastern Conference Finals.
Really?
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what he's saying, though, too, because he said it pretty
They're not
quick.
gonna get past
I don't think they're going to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
You don't think they're going to get to these?
Boston, Washington. It's a little more. It's a lot more even now.
Let's think about the teams
It's a lot more even now in the Eastern Conference with the way the makeup is. Boston's going to be the team to beat right now.
right
Plain and
now.
simple. Boston is the
right
team to beat.
now.
If the playoffs started today, Boston's the team to beat in the East.
Well, the playoffs don't start today.
Record-wise, but I think anybody you ask would say Cleveland.
Yeah.
Only because of LeBron James.
And Kevin Love.
But LeBron James, and as well as Boston has played, and Cleveland hasn't played that well, LeBron is the X factor that no one has. Washington's not completely healthy. I didn't think Washington was healthy when John Wall didn't attack ball when they played the LA Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
And now it turns out he has knees, scoped or whatnot,
Yeah.
or plasma, whatever. And they're not what they're. Washington's not playing well. And Boston went through that little streak right now. But the Hayward thing is a big loss. And then when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, LeBron trumps anybody you got, with the exception of KD or Kawhi on the other side.
But this is my logic. At the age LeBron is now, yes, he's still dominant. Yes, he's still LeBron. At this age, I don't think you can put everything on LeBron when it comes to the playoffs finals anymore.
You can't. And I agree with you 1,000%. They said they ain't worried about it. You need to be.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be him playing too many minutes. You want him to be fresh. Yes, he's in top condition, but you're also 32. And Father Time is undefeated.
Exactly.
So I would think preventive medicine and just being smart. Yeah, LeBron, I know you can do it, and I'm not going to reduce your minutes. And, you're all puppets. I mean, we're coaches in the NBA, it's a players' league. You're a puppet. You do what I tell you to do, Lou. Just like if you want to get a guy fired in Memphis, hey.
Yep. Fizdale.
Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go complain to the media about I don't understand why I was sitting down. Why would you say that to the media unless you wanted something like this to happen? But no, I ain't had nothing to do with it.
And now they're calling Mark Gasol a coach killer.
You ain't had no business going to the media said I didn't understand. Say, hey, look, it was coach's decision, and
Support what
unfortunately,
he's doing.
you know what I'm saying? Fortunately, it didn't go the way we wanted it to go, and we'll go from there. And I don't understand either. Makes me think I'm not wanted. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I hear you, Mark. Well, look, maybe you're not.
Go to San Antonio with your brother.
Hey, we'll take you, but Memphis is about done anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mark is he's on his way out too.
Time to hit that panic button. It's also time to hit that panic button with the Clippers. With Blake Griffin getting hurt.
There's a lot of going on.
It's time, it's a lot of moving pieces, but it's still early in the season. Speaking of moving pieces, Ben Gordon is out on bail after being arrested again for robbery.
Dummy of the
former
day.
NBA player Ben Gordon was released on bail after robbing somebody over the weekend at the age of 34. Punched the manager of a downtown apartment complex where he's renting and pulled a knife on the man taking the money that was his quote-unquote security deposit. Yep, he was released on a $50,000 bail on Tuesday morning. Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah. Kind of shocking.
Exactly.
Kind of shocking. He was a pretty solid player in the NBA. I would hope that he saved his money and was smart with his money because he made a good bit of money through his career. But, yeah, it's very, very interesting to see.
That dude's an idiot.
11 years in the league. He averaged 14 points a game. It's just, yeah.
And signed a $55 million contract in 2009. I know that was a good bit away, but $55 million should go a long way.
Long way.
Pretty
I'll still
long
eat
way.
McDonald's at 55 mil.
Well, I'd be eating a $1 menu if I had 55 mil. Saving every penny.
I might get a steak.
Yeah, from McDonald's.
They steak a little tougher.
The steak
on
bagel with the cheese.
Get the McRib.
That kind of taste like a liver. A liver biscuit.
Chopped liver.
Liver biscuit.
Oh, man. Hey, folks, today's show is brought to you by Ritzy's Lounge on the south side of Savannah. Tonight's Wild Out Wednesday seafood night and karaoke night at Ritzy's Lounge, 11414 Abercorn Street. Holla at Chantel, April, and the crew out there. As they take care of you, they always take care of us at the show, and we show up and have a good time over at Ritzy's. So make sure you show up and have a good time.
Seafood at Ritzy's tonight after your gig.
Man, look. Okay.
Shot on me.
I'll suffer the consequences later. But since you guys are begging me to come,
Who's begging?
you keep bringing it up.
Nobody.
Just let them have it. Go ahead, JP.
I'll stop by after the show tonight.
Thank you, JP.
That's a guarantee.
Oh, a guarantee.
I will stop by.
Not an I'll try, not an I might.
The show ends about 11:30.
So you get there about 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We'll see.
All right, JP.
We'll see.
I ain't gonna stay long.
I feel you, no worries.
I love life and I love my family, and a happy wife is a happy life. So
That is correct. That's why my wife is dropping my car right now.
make sure she put gas in it.
Oh, she is. She is. As long as she doesn't wreck it.
Hey, full tank.
As long as she doesn't wreck it. Top it off. Top. Let me hit it. Click, click. Make sure you top that thing off,
You
lady.
gotta watch these guys now. All the subliminal messages they be sending to you.
Loki.
2017 college football playoff rankings came out earlier this week. And as requested by Sir JP, Wisconsin has made it up into the Final Four as of right now with a 12-0 record. They are the number 4 seed currently for the football playoff. Oklahoma's the 3 seed at 11-1. Auburn's the 2 seed at 10-2. And Clemson's the number 1 seed again with 11-1 of a record. Here is the big spin, though. All the conference championships are this Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
It's Championship Saturday in college football, which is going to put Auburn against Georgia.
One team noticed
2 against the 6, which can cancel each other out. Georgia wins. They essentially propel themselves into the top 4. Alabama is depending on a loss from both Georgia and Auburn to get them back up top. Clemson will play Miami for the ACC championship. The winner essentially will make it in with Miami at the 7th seed. You disagree?
I don't see Alabama relying on a Georgia loss because Alabama's already above Georgia. Alabama needs either Oklahoma or Wisconsin to lose. Either one of them lose, they're in.
I don't see. I think Wisconsin plays Ohio State Saturday.
Especially Oklahoma. If Oklahoma loses, that's 2 losses. They're in.
It's Wisconsin that's probably the bubble team right now if they take a loss because Wisconsin. Let me check and make sure. I'm pretty sure Wisconsin.
I agree with you because if it took them
Ohio
this
State.
long to get to the top 4, if they lose one game, of course they're not going to keep them in there.
Yeah, Wisconsin takes on Ohio State Saturday at 8:00. So that's going to be a major game to watch.
All those
for
games
the Badgers.
are huge.
Yeah.
Big time games.
Huge.
It's
4
1
o'clock
through
Georgia and Auburn. Then the 8:00 games are what is it? Clemson, Miami.
Yep.
And then I think Ohio State, Wisconsin's at 8:00. Man, it's gonna be busy, man.
Very, very big games going on. You
I
got
already
Auburn,
know, I already
Georgia
know
at
how this is
4.
gonna pan out.
Let me see. Oklahoma, TCU. That's going to be
That's
a big
big
one.
game. That's a big
TCU
game.
probably can pull the upset at 12:30.
TCU can absolutely pull it
Exactly.
upset.
Clemson, Miami at
Okay.
8. Wisconsin, Ohio State at 8. This is a full day of football, ladies
That's
and gentlemen.
why I say Alabama needs Oklahoma to lose. Oklahoma has 1 loss in the top 4. 2-loss teams usually don't make that playoff. So if Oklahoma loses with 2 losses against a TCU, they're gonna be out, and that'll put Alabama in.
And see, I think Miami's going to beat Clemson, to be honest.
I don't know about that.
I think Miami's going to beat Clemson.
It's possible.
I'm willing to call that.
I wouldn't bet on it, but I mean, it's definitely possible.
I'm willing to bet Miami takes out Clemson. That's just where's that game at? Oh, that game's at Clemson. Never mind.
What game is at Clemson?
That game's in Charlotte. It's in Charlotte, so it's at Clemson essentially.
Yes.
Let's just be real.
Neutral site, but
There ain't
everybody
nothing
from
neutral
Miami is going to show up.
No,
Don't think Miami ain't
bro.
going to be in the building,
Listen,
bro.
they're in Charlotte. There's nothing neutral
But
about
Clemson's
that.
in South Carolina.
Where's Charlotte? It's
Charlotte's
2 hours
in
from
North
Charlotte.
Carolina.
It's
But you don't think Miami going to show up
2
for a
hours.
conference championship?
I'm sure their student section's going to show up. But when the other school
Student
is 2 hours
section, that's
away,
it?
that's what I'm saying. When the other school is 2 hours away, I guarantee you they're going to have a bigger crowd.
Let me tell you why Miami's going to be there. Miami hasn't seen the light of day as far as a championship in years. Miami's going to show up in Charlotte this
Yeah, the
weekend.
team will.
Yeah.
The team will, the band will, the student section will,
alumni
and
will.
the fans will.
We'll see.
You don't think there's Miami fans in North Carolina?
Melvin Cochran, thank you, sir, for that.
Uh-oh.
He's clowning you right now, JP, for stating the obvious. Charlotte's
I just said
Charlotte's
Clemson
in
was
North
in South
Carolina.
Carolina.
Clemson's, he's laughing at you.
Why is he repeating what I'm saying?
He's laughing at you.
He said, because I can.
He's laughing at you.
El Dorch?
Okay, so
Well,
you're
check.
saying that Ohio State fans can be big enough to travel to Wisconsin and make that big of a difference too?
Yes.
Because they're playing.
you're
I'm sorry, they're
competing-
playing in Indianapolis. So really, Ohio State has the advantage. To be honest,
True enough.
I mean,
But when
it's
you-
just
but when
reality.
you're in a
Columbus
sit-
is a lot closer
when
to,
you're in
Indianapolis.
When you're in a position and you're able, let's just put it that way. If you're able to travel like that, why wouldn't you go?
Touche.
Your team is on the brink of being one of the possible four running for a national championship. Why
Crowd-
wouldn't you go?
The crowd is fickle.
The crowd is fickle.
No, there's some teams on this list right here.
Flights
where-
cost
where-
money. Hotels cost money.
Man, you better
I'm
take
just
that guy
saying.
during JetBlue real quick.
I'm just saying.
You better hop on that $69.
Have you been to the airport in Charlotte? It's not exactly a
Man, it's
pleasing place to be.
JetBlue is $69 from Savannah to New York. Now I can only imagine how much it'll be from Miami to North Carolina.
We'll see. We're gonna see. We'll see on Saturday because I'm gonna be
What
watching
did I
that game. I'm definitely
It's gonna be
watching that
difficult
game.
to tell who's who. A bunch of orange in the darn crowd.
Georgia has the advantage. I'm saying in the SEC championship in Atlanta, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I'm saying Georgia has the advantage. Home team advantage.
don't
Got to give it
say.
to them. Let's see. Georgia Southern will
Never
play
would have
Coastal
guessed.
Carolina, looking for 3 wins in a row. They're playing in at Brooks Stadium in Conway, South Carolina, this Saturday. So look for that one. Georgia Southern possibly going for number 3 on the season.
Don't be ugly.
You're talking about who again? I'm sorry.
Georgia Southern plays Coastal Carolina, looking for the 3rd one of the season.
Possibly. They
Looking
playing well.
Looking to tie Savannah State's record for the season.
They playing well. I mean, ever since the switch over, they put up over 30 points a game.
No, wait. Here's the question: if they tie Savannah State, all that trash you was talking, do you owe Georgia Southern an apology?
No.
You was trashing them the
They
whole year now.
They got destroyed almost the entire
but they
year.
but they got the same
Changed
amount of
their
wins
coach,
as y'all.
changed their coach, and all of a sudden they start winning.
But
Congratulations to Chad Lunsford, by the way, new head coach at Georgia Southern University football.
Lets me know that what I get from it. Go ahead, JP. Which one?
I'm just saying they
you
got
wanna
the
get
same
that.
amount of wins as Savannah State. So, so can't you say that you were a little bit wrong?
No, because if
Why?
you look at the stats, look at the stats.
Stats?
Hold
We're
on.
talking stats. We
hold
talking
on.
wins.
Hold on. Look at the stats. Look at the numbers. Savannah State should have won 6 this year.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Georgia Southern has no shoulda won games, so they were that close to a win.
And close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
And I'm
If I
good at
look
horseshoes
Savannah
too. So
State- if I look at Georgia Southern, Savannah State, and both of y'all got 3 wins, look like I had an even season to me.
Yeah, that will be what's perceived.
but we didn't go 0-10. We didn't go 0-10.
Change the coach and let you know that they didn't like that coach.
Yeah, we didn't go 0-10. That's the kicker. When you go 0-10, you can't compare to anybody else. I'm just saying, you can't.
Jonathan,
Hey,
shut
yeah,
up.
And
but
we
it's-
used to say the same thing.
But it's a bottom line thing. At the end of this, if we went 0-10 and had just as many wins as y'all, so just thinking we'd made that coach switch early.
I see we have another
Yeah,
bet.
there's a
Melvin
bet
made another
going
bet here
on.
on our Facebook Live
Uh-oh.
feed.
Steaks for
and
everyone?
I hate to say this name wrong. Keel Ash or
Kyle.
Kyle, I apologize. Has put a bet on the Miami game that Miami offense is going to get shut down. Melvin's betting that.
Kale says Miami's going to beat Clemson.
Well, we're going to pin this to the page so that way everybody sees it. We have our witnesses. Everybody can see it. It's pinned to the to the comments. So Monday morning at noon, we need both Melvin and Kyle on here ready to talk about what happened because we're gonna want answers. We're gonna want to know. Make sure you paid up. So stay tuned for that one, and of course more coming
Chicken
up.
Caesar salads, man.
Yeah, chicken Caesar for everybody.
Pecan,
That's a good bet.
Shut up.
Harold Watson checking in on the Facebook Live feed. We appreciate you up there at Georgia Southern. Basketball's
right
having a great
reverend.
year
Well,
so
Harold
far.
said he can come over the Christmas break, man. I saw him this morning, and he stopped by the office to talk. He's a good friend of mine, and I said, man, you need to come on the radio show.
Yeah, man, we need to get Harold in here.
He said over the break. So Harold, it's on.
Welcome. Come on in, Harold. Come on in. Come on in. Melvin Cochran said, I guarantee Clemson's going to beat Miami. Man, this is a discussion right now going on. We have subtweets going on in our Facebook Live feed.
I see.
I said Melvin style. And
Oh.
they still going,
This
too.
is getting entertaining.
That Caesar salad good on the wing bet.
Oh, man.
That was the best chicken Caesar salad I ever had.
Boy, listen.
Fills you up, too.
Oh, man.
You can eat slow and you ain't got to come out of the wallet afterward, big fella.
So check it out. Herm Edwards, former Indianapolis Colts
Why
coach,
you look like that?
is interviewing for the Arizona
Herm?
State head coaching job.
Herm
Moving
look
down to college
constipated.
football. Coming back.
I heard a little inside information that AD used to be his agent.
Really?
Heck, I don't know if it's true or not. Because, you would think Herm, kind of like John Gruden, I'm in a secure position at ESPN.
Mm-hmm. I don't
No
have
stress.
to do this.
I'm talking. I would love to get one of those positions where I'm just talking sports all day and you pay
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Yeah.
All day and all day. I'm on top of it. I got inside scoop too. But what I heard is that was his agent, and so that's why this is even a thought. Because why would you want to go? You
They're
get
trying
a
to keep
certain
everything
age-
in-house.
Yeah, you get to a certain age, like shoot, man, I want to do. I want to deal with all the rhetoric that comes with being a head coach. Because there's a lot of
Especially
rhetoric.
for football.
Yeah.
Although Arizona State, beautiful campus.
Well,
Beautiful
Arizona
campus
is
out there.
nice.
Yes. If I ever move out of
Yeah,
Savannah,
it is.
I'm moving to the west.
We
I'm
were
moving
right
back to
there.
Arizona.
Actually, my buddy, when we went to the Final Four this year in Arizona, we were ASU campus is right there. It's beautiful.
Yep. And then of course the stadium out there is just,
So,
gorgeous.
Scottsdale, all the college town or college row or whatever. Hey,
It's lit.
Man,
It's lit.
this is a beautiful thing going on Facebook right now.
what y'all talking about?
Melvin
Clemson couldn't
said
beat the
they
Orange.
couldn't even beat Pitt. Gael counteracts and says Clemson couldn't even beat Little Orange.
Syracuse.
You know
It's
there
getting
is
hot and heavy on our Facebook Live feed, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
love it.
So if you guys are on YouTube and WQTSradio.com watching the show or the TuneIn app, you might want to tune into our Facebook Live feed right now.
Get your two
It's
devices.
getting very entertaining, ladies and gentlemen. Switching over to NFL news, ladies and gentlemen. Eli Manning has been benched. That's right. Eli Manning has been benched for who? Geno Smith. Why?
In the words of Stephen A.
That man made good cheesesteaks though.
Smith.
Yeah, it's Geno Smith.
What in the
is
preposterousty?
Not a preposterous.
but for Geno Smith?
You know
That
what?
man
though?
made good cheesesteaks in Philly.
That man was the backup to Mark Sanchez after the butt fumble
Well,
and still didn't get in.
It sucks for Eli, but if you want to take a look, I think you know what you're going to get in Geno Smith. But sometimes a change of scenery is good. So at our current state, the current state of the football franchise and the organization, because it's not always as bad as you make it, this is the time to do it. It sucks for Eli, but if we want to check those guys out in live game action, preparations, so we know how we need to move forward as an organization, even though Eli won him 2 championships, and I don't think he should be treated this way. I mean, I think
No,
you probably
not at
should
all.
have traded him and let him finish out with an opportunity to go out his way, and then you try that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And whether you got something or not, it's a respect factor that, hey, Eli, I would at least brought it to it. And we don't know if he did or not, but hey, Eli, the season's not going well. Odell's out. What do you think about a trade? Both sides win. If we can get you to a place where you can contend,
Yeah.
and we can get something from it, we'll start the moving forward process. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it makes sense to try to see where those guys stand with live action. You know what I'm saying?
He's got a better chance of calling in Michael Vick or Colin Kaepernick to play instead of Geno Smith.
Well, I mean, let's see. So if Geno doesn't show us any progress, because sometimes, I mean, look at Case Keenum.
Yeah. Yeah,
Look at he
touche.
played for the Rams last year, and boo, 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 boo. Now look at him. He looks good in Minnesota.
Touche.
Change the personnel could do.
You know what I'm
pretty
saying?
good.
So let's give Geno a shot, and if Geno doesn't get it done, we try to whoever the backup guy is, the backup to the backup, Davis or whatever his name.
Bill Parcells.
You try him, and if they don't know, then we trade Eli, try to get something from him, then we draft a quarterback and we start over. Because that's basically what you're gonna do.
They got Doug Flutie on standby.
You know what I'm saying? So that season is lost.
Don't be ugly.
Bringing somebody in or trying to salvage. Season's over. You were
Oh, yeah.
mathematically eliminated this past week. So, yeah, we might as well try some things.
Well, it is worthy to note, though, Eli Manning in 14 years, 222 total starts under center. He held the record for active starts in the league. So he'll have to give that up now, obviously. He took that over from Brett Favre. So I mean, he's in the books. He's in the books. He made his stamp as a Giant. He'll retire. He'll get his number retired, his jersey retired. He did what he was supposed to do.
He
but
better. He bought him 2 Super Bowls.
I know, but it's still Geno Smith. But you know, it is what it is.
That man is a quality quarterback, and he makes great cheesesteaks in Philly, bro.
Who that?
Geno Smith, man. Yeah, you ain't never been to Geno's in Philly, bro?
No, I had never been
Come
to Philly.
on, man. Come on.
Wow.
You ain't never been to Philly?
Philadelphia, home of
Wow,
Kevin Hart,
dude.
home of the Roots, home
You
of
have
Talib
been-
Kweli,
Wow, geez.
multiple artists.
Dude, you have been deprived as a human being.
I mean, when you got choices like L.A., Miami, Arizona, New
Nah,
York, Chicago.
no. See, L.A.
Philly might not fall in that low.
L.A. Blah 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 blah. Land of the lavish and rich and famous. Nah,
Expensive.
take me to Philly.
Visit.
Rocky Balboa. Take me to Philly.
I would like to visit there, though.
Take me to Philly.
Don't go in the winter. It's cold.
No, nowhere up north in the winter.
Man, hey, shut up.
It's cold.
Hey, I'm southern.
It's cold.
I'm a
But speaking
northerner.
of artists, as we did speak of artists, the Grammy nominations have come out, and this man has been nominated for multiple, and I mean multiple awards.
That man been nominated for so many awards. He's got his own special tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. We're talking about Bruno Mars, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a quick music break and listen to some Bruno Mars, a little That's What I Like here on the Sean Brown Show. And it's edited just for you guys on the radio. Facebook Live. Hope you guys enjoy this one. We'll be back shortly. This is the Sean Brown Show at WQTS.
I got a condo in Manhattan. Baby girl, what's happening? You and your divided, so gonna get to clapping. Go pop it for a plan, pop it for me. Turn around and drop it for a plan, drop it for me. I'll rent a beach house in Miami. Wake up with no jammies. Lobster tail for dinner. Julio served that scampi. You got it if you want it. Got it if you want it. Said you got it if you want it. Take my wallet if you want it now. Jump in the Cadillac. Girls, put some miles on it. Anything you want, just to put a smile on it. You deserve it, baby. You deserve it all. And I'm gonna give it to you. Gold jewelry shining so bright. Strawberry champagne on us. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Sex by the fire at night. Silk sheets and diamonds, all white. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like. Lucky for you, that's what I like. That's what I like.
This is Sean Brown from the Sean Brown Show on WQTS digital broadcast. And like many riders across the country, I'm a Harley-Davidson rider. I love my motorcycle, and I love to take care of my motorcycle. But when I think custom, I think Lucky 7 Custom Cycles. In Fort Worth, Texas, they took care of me, and they can take care of you. Reach out to Louie and the guys over at Lucky 7 Custom Cycles at 817-590-8840, or go to the website at www.lucky7customcycles.com and tell them the Sean Brown Show sent you. Lucky 7 Custom Cycles. Are you feeling lucky? That's right. Lucky 7 Custom Cycles is out of Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth area. They take care of us. They took care of me when it came to taking care of my bike, which is now for sale, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're looking to buy a Harley, hit me up. $19,000 will get you the not brand new. It's got 16,000 miles on it. It's good shape, pretty custom. If you've seen it, you know what it is. But yeah, Lucky 7 Custom Cycles is a good supporter of the Sean Brown Show. They took care of us. They can take care of you guys. So no matter what you need, even if it's for a car, bike, boat, whatever it is, call up the guys, Louie. Call the guys and call Louie and let them know what you need, and they'll take care of you guys. JP is taking a quick kitchen break. Not sure why. He's got to get some coffee to wake him up, even though he's always awake. But big-time stuff going on here in the local Savannah community later on this week. Tomorrow, Savannah State is in action at home against Carver College. Make sure you get out there and support that.
Carver Bible.
Yeah. Oh, they are a Bible college, aren't they? Oh. So the preachers are getting beat tomorrow at 7 o'clock at Tiger Arena.
They should beat Carver like Wichita beat them.
Yes. So last night, Wichita State did, Savannah State traveled to Wichita State. They played Wichita, who was the number 6 team in the country, I believe.
Are they really?
Last night. Final score 112 to 66 in a guaranteed game. Guaranteed game means that the Tigers were paid to come out there and take the loss. So, it's benefiting to the department, maybe not benefiting to, the team as an experience.
Right.
But it's a guaranteed game, which they were expected to lose. They were paid to lose. It is what it is. But the Tigers are back in action. The women are in action tonight at Georgia Southern, ladies and gentlemen, in Hanner Fieldhouse. So make sure you guys get out and support that in Statesboro. And then the men are in action Thursday and Saturday against William & Mary coming into town to Savannah.
That should be good. That should be good. It's starting to get more into the competitive battles here and there with the, that first slate, that first portion or quarter of the season is money games, guarantee games, and where you kind of see where you stand. So it ought to get good. Be patient, Savannah State fans. We'll see what they're made of as we get closer to the same level of competition.
Yeah, once conference cranks up, it's going to get hot and heavy, and it's going to get hot and heavy quick. I think we have like 9 home games in January.
Oh, that's
so
good.
That's going to be huge.
Home cooking.
We just got to get the city of Savannah out to support, get the local low country area out to support,
JP.
and do big things, man. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. Definitely shout out to everybody on Facebook Live, man. They are still going in on Facebook Live. But yeah, Savannah State football, we had 3 Tigers named to the MEAC All-Conference honors. They made all-conference teams. Stephen Banks, Brandon Carswell, and return specialist Michael Baldwin. Stephen Banks was named to the first team all defense. Banks is the star now with the what's his young man's name? Marquise Smith left and went to the league. Ended up making a practice squad. But Banks, the junior from Columbus, Ohio, made first team defense with 71 tackles, 18 tackles for loss. 10 sacks, 1 interception, 1 fumble recovery, 1 forced fumble, 1 pass breakup, and 7 hurries. He led the MEAC in sacks and was second in tackles for losses.
Congrats, my man.
That's solid stats.
Impressive.
Pretty solid stats. Brandon Carswell from Mount Vernon, Georgia, had 34 tackles, 9 tackles for loss, 1.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 quarterback hurry to come in for honors. And then, of course, the freshman, Michael Baldwin, who I don't know if you guys got a chance to see his return game. The kid is special as a freshman. He averaged 13.5 yards on returns. He returned 15 punts for 202 yards. On kickoffs, he averaged 22 yards per return for 664 yards.
Not bad at all there, Mr. Jamichael.
So solid numbers, and congratulations to these guys making it to the All-MEAC team in our second to last year in the MEAC. Big-time stuff, man.
Second to last.
Once again, folks, next year is the last year for Savannah State being part of the MEAC. This year is the last year, I believe, for Hampton to be in the MEAC as they move to the Big South.
Okay.
I think they move this year or next year.
The Big South.
Yeah, changes are happening in the MEAC, so stay tuned. So if we get the information, you guys get the information. But I believe JP had something he wanted to talk about. Usually we only do it on Mondays, but JP, I think it's time.
Is it already?
I think it's about that time. Let's see what you got, man. What you got, man?
Listen.
It's time to stop.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop the bus, dismantle it, and put it out to pasture. As most of us here already know, and if you don't know out there, Matt Lauer from NBC has been fired.
Yes.
For another sexual harassment suit.
Yes.
Now, tell me if I'm wrong, but isn't this starting to become kind of not cliche, but kind of trendy? That all of a sudden now people want to come back. It started with Cosby. Now all of a sudden people want to say they're putting their hands on everybody. Then it was the dude from CBS, Charlie Rose. Mm-hmm. Now it's Matt Lauer. Matt Lauer's been at NBC for 20 years. Nobody said anything. 20 years.
That doesn't mean he didn't do it.
It doesn't mean he didn't do it, but don't pin the tail on his butt just because one person came out and said anything.
I would like to think that was been my I think it's my argument, but a discussion I've had multiple times is that I'm hoping and thinking that before a move was made to fire somebody long term, there was more than just right.
There
was
what
enough
I'm saying.
evidence.
It's got to be a history.
That was a very hasty decision for one person to come out. Now I can understand Charlie Rose because multiple people came out and said it, But one person came up and said,
and even if it's one, if we got the evidence,
If
we
he
can
admitted,
do this.
if he admitted to it, then it is what it is.
Yeah, even if it's just one, it doesn't have to be multiple. Even if it's just one, and there's evidence to say that you did that or you admitted to it, we have the right to fire you.
NBC said that they have this young lady coming out and saying, "Well, he did blah 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 blah," and then NBC has reason to believe this is not an isolated incident.
Usually not.
I want to see the proof. I want to see who else is going to come out and say that. Now, does this mean that Matt Lauer came up to a lady, shook her hand, or maybe
No.
it's got to be something because it's too
Well,
many.
it was the detailed
It's too much
complaint.
of this going on right now.
But he had to have said, okay, yeah, it's true. You know, they're not just gonna. It's I don't know. I don't want to speculate. I don't want to make any. Yeah, it's
too much of this right now.
It's a tough line to tread right now in that discussion
I hope
because we don't have all the information on it.
I just hope this ain't money hungry females trying to get some publicity off of somebody just because it's cliche. Oh, everybody else is doing it. Let me jump on the bandwagon. And you
Send
really
your
had
hate
nothing to
mail
do with it.
courtesy to jpsmusic
Man,
at
send it. I don't care nothing about
gmail.com.
Yeah, I hope it's not that, but as men, we know how we can get sometimes. So I don't doubt that this happens every day, probably more often than we know.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, but my thought process was there has to be, even though there are allegations before making the firing, you would think they would have some concrete evidence, or you can yourself get sued.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Big
So
time lawsuit.
I don't think, but they could say, hey, look, we don't want no public lash, but let's go ahead and fire him now. Blah blah blah. I don't know, but yeah, you know, you got some scandalous people out there that may ride the trend, but you can't look past it. Someone said that he did this to me. You know, you got to look into it. But
Of course you have to look into it, but don't make snap judgment.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with the snap, but I don't. Was this snap?
It happened like I think she made the
We just got
accusation
wind of it.
yesterday, and they fired him
The
today.
the accusation was made on Monday. The documentation was given and was made on Monday. But I mean,
After
it
an
is a very
employee, that's one person.
it is a very
We got
sensitive
documentation.
topic.
It says you did it though.
Yeah, it is documentation.
Document from who? The employee?
Well, they said they got documentation. They ain't just fire
From the
you.
employee?
Oh, I don't know.
Is the employee telling the truth? Is this a person that has the audit out against Matt Lauer because maybe he got a position that this person didn't?
But you can't just turn it and say, well, you know, she's lying. You can't.
No. I'm not
automatically say
saying.
that.
I'm not saying like I'm not taking his side as to say, oh, she's out for his neck. I'm just saying the possibilities.
Yeah.
Because if you look around the country now, this came from out of nowhere. Now everybody's over there accusing
there will be
people of
more.
sexual assault.
There will
And there's
be
going to be more.
In the
but
last
let me,
few months.
Let me read the quote from the accuser's lawyer. That pretty
I wanna
much
hear from her.
It solves exactly what you're asking. It says, over the course of several hours, my client detailed egregious acts of sexual harassment and misconduct on Mr. Lawyer. In fewer than the 35 hours, NBC investigated and removed Mr. Lauer.
It's not even 2 days.
They investigated
have to be?
and removed. They
don't
did
have
an
to be long.
investigation, and the investigation found
So
obviously
it
something
takes
was wrong.
you. So it takes
Maybe
you.
if the-
Okay, so 35 hours. It takes you. What's that? 24 and what? 11 hours. That's what?
It's
A day and a half.
It's a day
If
and a
the
half.
evidence is overwhelming, that
So
shouldn't
you
take
only
long.
investigated a brother for 24 hours?
But what if the information is
The
overwhelming?
facts, the facts are facts.
We don't need any more to fire you. This is enough.
If it's overwhelming, I would think that it would have to come from more than one person. Like it did with Charlie Rose.
No, it doesn't.
No.
If one person is harassed
You ain't
and
got
it's
no
in a
business
workplace,
doing that.
yeah,
You
if
don't do
one
that.
person,
You're right.
you
You
lose
don't-
your job,
You don't have no
Period.
business doing that.
male or
period.
female.
Male or female.
But who's to say? Let's just
The
put it out there.
evidence- The evidence.
Let's
is
just put it out there to say that this man did not do that, and this is a person out for his neck. Or let's just say him and somebody else was up for the position for the Today Show,
Right.
and he got it and they didn't,
Right.
and she thought she was more qualified.
Yeah,
Oh, let me go.
He's been on
It's
Today though for
It's a possibility.
It is a possibility, but you would like to think that
To
after
reach.
doing your investigation, that there was enough there to say to merit firing you without it coming back to. It doesn't have to be super egregious. It doesn't have to be 60 women like in other cases. If it's one person that says you've done this, and we protected our brand and our organization said you did something you weren't supposed to, we can legally fire you. It doesn't have to be much.
Now,
20 years or not.
Now, what's going to happen when these roles get reversed?
That's a good question.
It should be the same standard.
It should be.
It should be the same standard.
It should be.
Should
But
be
let
is
me-
in bold,
but let me-
italicized letters.
Let me point this out, though. It said that the alleged actions and behavior occurred while Lauer, I can never say his name right, but Matt Lauer was in Russia covering the Winter Olympics in 2014.
So it happened in 2014. You're just coming forward.
It's not that easy, sir. It's not that easy, man.
You wait 3 years.
It's not that easy. That takes strength. That takes courage.
Yeah,
that takes a
man.
lot to be able to step up and say,
Very
okay,
touchy
I
and
need to say
sensitive
something.
subject.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you don't just say, hey, look.
Somebody touched. Okay, I'm the lady. Matt Lauer touches me in 2014. I'm gonna wait 3 years, giving him the possibility to do it again before I say something.
Okay, let's turn it a little bit. 2014, probably the #1 newscaster in the United States, outside of Tom Brokaw, does this to you. He is in a position of power. Point blank simple.
Well-
She's not.
Well, he was in a position of power then. It took him 35 hours to fire him.
They did an investigation that took 35
Well, they should
hours.
have did the investigation in 2014 because
If
you
the news
gave
would have
us-
came out, they probably
They would have done an investigation.
you gave the man a space of 3 years to do it again.
but it's
But they
not.
didn't come out. They didn't want
Yeah.
to tell them.
She just came out with it.
So they took
Exactly.
care of it.
So I'm saying she should have came out in 2014. Don't let 3 years go by if somebody's sitting here sexually harassing
But you can't tell somebody when they have to come out. It's just like, okay, that's just like telling somebody that's part of the LGBT community, okay, we know you're part of that community, but it's time for you to come out and let us know. You can't do that.
How you gonna tell me anything?
Exactly. Everybody operates differently. Who knows? Maybe she was afraid she was going to lose her job.
Third world
Maybe
country.
she was afraid NBC wasn't going to
Do what I
support
wanna do.
her if she came forward.
And it does take strength. We've never been in this situation, so we can't
Right.
relate.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure it's just difficult, super difficult for a female to. I mean, because it's in. You don't know how. You don't know.
It's a
how-
sensitive topic.
Feel-
You don't want to talk about
scared,
that.
I don't know. I can't relate, so I can't speak on it. I have no idea. But
I mean,
when
she's
it
not
comes
Amber.
out, you handle it.
She's not Amber Rose. She's not just going to be like, oh, yeah, I did it. You know?
Yeah, some people are different. Everybody's different. Man,
I know
you know
it
how
is.
many women been touched?
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe I'm looking at it. Maybe I'm looking at it from
a masculine
from a
side?
bro code perspective. Because if it was
Oh,
if it
no.
was I don't want to use any of our significant others, but okay. Let's use
one of your exes.
I know Retta more than I know his wife.
Let's use
so
one of your
I
exes.
use no, don't do that.
But damn.
Don't do that. Don't do that. No, not at all. So let's say it was Retta, and let's say Retta came at me a certain way. Behind your way, you don't know nothing about it.
Okay.
Let's say Retta came at me a certain way,
Okay.
like trying to you know what I'm saying.
Okay. I'm following
Would
you.
I be wrong? Would I be justified in waiting 3 years to tell you, or should I come to you directly?
You would be justified either way because
3 years?
hold on. You asked me the
I let
question.
y'all be married for
Hold
3
on,
years,
hold
and
on.
then I tell
He let
you.
Hold on.
talk.
You asked me the question. let me put this out there.
Golly.
Now watch this. Watch this. I'm gonna spin this on you now. If you wait, your argument is this is their marriage. You know, maybe she made a mistake. Maybe she had a lapse in judgment. You know, they were going through something. She made a mistake. I don't want to kill their entire marriage because he knows me. Something like that. I'm like, gotta go. But I don't want to make this be that point that something happens. Whereas if you do automatically go, you know it's gonna be fire and brimstone.
So I'm gonna let you live a lie for 3 years.
But maybe it's not living a lie.
How? She came on to me. Inappropriate. You're her husband.
It depends on the person because you don't know what a person's going through and their time frame. I'm like you, JP. If something happened, my homeboys is his dollar. I'm gonna go tell them straight up because they know me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's just me though.
That's me
And that's
too.
just you.
But
Now,
I can
when
see
it's-
both sides.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
You're not wrong either way. The longer you do it, I think the harder it is. But it still takes strength. I got 4 sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Put your hand on my sister. Let me find out. 3 years
It's
from
still
the
gonna
time
be-
that it happened,
Yeah, because
or a day after. I'm coming for your neck.
Yep.
okay, but which were you gonna be more bad about? If he came to you the day after, or if somebody waited 3 years to
I
tell
don't
you?
think it. Unless
It
it's
wouldn't matter. I'd still be
Unless
pissed.
it's a TV show where you waited this long to tell me, like Sex
Yeah.
in the City, the movie. No. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I mean, I remember. You
Yes,
know, I
I'm
have
versatile. I seen Sex in the City, the movie, and it was good.
I have a younger sister. I have a younger sister, and I know my younger
I'm
sister,
versatile.
she was dating a young man that is becoming influential in the LA scene and Hollywood and all that. And he stepped out, and I found out. And my immediate reaction, I said that man message. I was like, look, someone's coming to put hands on you. It might not be me, but somebody's going to put hands on you because you disrespected my sister.
Yeah, and
That's
the
the
timing
one thing
of
I
it-
asked you not
Thank you,
to do.
Antoine.
And the time, what Antoine said, the timing of it all is
Antoine said something's fishy about the timing.
yeah. That,
Come on, man.
everybody knows that. But the fact that it happened, it happened.
It happened.
If it never happened, the timing ain't got nothing to do with it.
It'd be
So-
different if Matt Lauer was just like, I didn't do it.
No, different. Now we're gonna investigate that. Now I'm denying
That's
everything.
true. He didn't come out and
Nope.
deny that he
If
did.
I ain't do something,
Exactly. If I ain't
Well,
do it,
no, I ain't
I'm
do
gonna be on Twitter. I'm gonna be on Facebook.
I'ma
I'm
just
gonna
tell you I
I
did it.
didn't do it.
So-
the glove don't fit. You must have quit.
So you saying? So I understand the point that you're saying that it's tough to
For the individual.
For the
Yes.
individual, but why would you put yourself through that for 3 years?
we don't know what a person going through.
and you don't know
I mean,
what.
we
never know what a
don't, but
person
if
going-
You don't know where this person's ranking was in that system of NBC.
What they've
if
been
you're a
through,
low-level person
were
in
they
NBC,
threatened?
you're getting your first opportunity to get into the
Who
field and do
knows?
something, and you're working with the number one person on the network. That person is God to NBC. Matt Lauer has been God to NBC. That's like Al Roker doing something. Granted, he's black, so he get fired faster. But that you see what I'm saying? He's up top. You got somebody down low. If they do something, they're not going to want to say anything because they want that job security. I want to keep my job. I don't want to make any waves because I might have just got this job, or maybe something's happened to me in my past that it made me go back to that. Maybe kind of go back into a hole. It's a lot, man.
And when people come out, it gives others who've been through it strength to come out as well.
Exactly.
So whether it be sexuality,
the Me Too movement.
whether it be or being touched or sexual abuse, you coming out gave me strength to come out to say, hey, listen, I was what they call it. What's that? Me too.
Me too.
Me too.
Hashtag me too.
And you'll be surprised, And this is not funny, but don't judge America.
He can't even say it.
It was a friend, and I didn't know nothing about the Me Too movement.
Mm-hmm.
And a friend of mine on Facebook put Me Too, and I was like, Me Too. I didn't put it. I didn't put Me Too. I was being
I promise
funny.
I'm not laughing.
I was being funny. Because I had no idea. I was like, you just going to post Me Too? So I was going to post Me Too. Me Too too. And I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't. When I realized what I was like, oh wow. I didn't even know that was going on.
But
Because social media is entertainment for me. It's
Yeah, yeah.
reconnecting. I don't troll. I don't go looking for mess. I'm not going through all my significant other and saying, oh, you like this and you did. I don't have time for it.
Like that girl's post one more time.
Yeah, you like this. You put a heart instead of a like. I don't have time for all
Yeah.
that. And it shouldn't that anyway. That's
shouldn't
a whole
matter.
nother day and a whole nother story. But
Boy.
I didn't know what the Me Too meant, and I
Yeah.
was gonna be funny because I've known her for 20 years, and it was a female, and I was just like, oh wow, you know what I'm saying? You just don't
Me
know.
too.
I was gonna put Me Too too.
Yeah.
Okay, and I got 4 sisters, and who knows? Like, guys, I mean,
It makes you go, and they say I think it's one
We
in
could
one in
be-
3. Is it 1 in 3? I think has been affected.
we
But
guys
it's
can be
serious.
We can be MFers.
Yeah, it's serious.
Yeah,
and
we
and,
can.
We
and
really can.
But if you have to look at it, in America, we've had even across the world, it's been a masculine, it's a heavy dose of masculinity where men get to do what they want and nobody said anything because they didn't consider women having rights until early 1900s.
That's right. But you know what? Every man, I don't care if he's the head gangster or a dictator.
Karma always comes back.
Head gangster, head dictator, whoever, he still gotta have him a woman.
Yeah, and then but see,
So
karma
you got
always
the
comes
power,
back
young
around.
lady. he gotta have one unless he, dance to the beat of a different drummer. But every man has to have a woman.
Yeah, can't live without it.
No,
Well,
that one.
I just want the same media hype if these roles are reversed.
and
Let
that's
a
what,
guy-
honestly,
let a
that's
guy-
what I'm waiting for.
Let a guy come out saying he was sexually assaulted by a woman. You're either the guy's gonna get called a punk, or it's going because you a man. You should like that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Or
Wait. Plot
I've been
twist.
broke many a time.
Plot twist. What if it's Caitlyn Jenner?
And ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our show for today.
thank y'all for joining us. We going on there.
Arrivederci. Bum, bum,
Yeah.
I'm
Adios,
serious. JP,
amigos.
what do you say if somebody comes forward and say
No.
Caitlyn Jenner groped me?
No.
I ain't even gonna go down.
No, I'm not. I'm not touching that with a. Well, never mind.
Hey, you touching it?
Oh man, this is what you get, folks. This is what you get.
Wow.
See, folks, we give you more than sports. We give you more than sports. We give you more than politics on the Sean Brown Show. We give you what's going on across the country, and we give you the important topics of what's going on in America right now. Always on the Sean Brown Show.
Quick. Harold Watson said, "If you question the timing, you're part of the problem." JP.
JP, your response, sir?
I love my wife. My wife don't mind me touching her.
I ain't not talking about that, but we're talking about the question and the timing of what this is. You're part of the problem. From Harold, do you have a rebuttal for Harold Watson?
Part of the problem as far as what? Sexual misconduct?
I guess, Harold, you feel free to elaborate.
Look, I don't condone these actions at all.
Of course you don't. None of us
But
do.
all I'm saying is don't find it like some kind of cash cow.
But nobody's saying it's a cash cow.
No, I know nobody's saying it's a cash cow, but with everything going on, it was Cosby, then it was Charlie Rose. Now all of a sudden, when somebody wants to come out, what if they put what if somebody puts a sexual assault harassment thing on Donald Trump? What if one of his cabinet members say Donald Trump touched me?
Prove it.
What if it's proven?
Then it's proven that he will be handled.
It wouldn't be the first time for Donald Trump.
Well, no, we can put all
grab him by the
fellas. We can put all the BS aside. We already know money talking. The rest of
exactly.
So if I got enough money, you already know what's finna happen.
So
I like what Carol just said. I love what Carol just said. Carol on Facebook just said, next time someone will want to come out, they should ask you, JP.
Because JP is the end all be all. Now he's
no.
The alpha and the omega.
Oh, no,
JP's the board.
I'll never be that. All I'm saying is I don't want.
Send it to JPS Music.
If it did happen, it's uncalled for, it's unfortunate, and it's out of line. I'm not condoning it at all.
Ever.
The one thing I don't want to happen is for these guys to suffer if this stuff isn't true. And one of these times, it's going to come out where a lady is going to come out and say something like that, and it ain't going to be true. And then the stigmatism is going to be, oh, these women are all going to come out trying to get cash off these famous people.
Well, hopefully.
Well, if you didn't do it, you speak up and say, I didn't do it.
Hopefully,
but
going through the
investigation. But they're not going to look at it like that, though.
Well, if you do an investigation, it has to be proof for me to fire
example,
you, or I can sue you.
Who was the person in the media that it just happened? Somebody said they did something, then the lady recanted like 2 months later. I don't know. I think it was a singer or something, or an actor or something like that.
Are you talking about the Harvey Weinstein thing?
Was it Harvey Weinstein?
Did I say that right?
Or was people should be called for the things they do.
I agree. People should be held to the standard. All I'm saying is, if you didn't do it, say you didn't do it. If you did it, honor what your actions are and take your consequences.
Hey, look, and we got 57 minutes. Got a couple seconds.
2.5 minutes.
And here's the thing. Okay, I'm Ubering last night. One trip, I made $50 off this one trip. It was about 45 minutes away. Oh, yeah.
Cold water.
I'm in the middle of nowhere. I don't know where I was. I can't even tell you where I was. I'm driving. All right, pitch black. Okay, I got my beams on. It's in the country. So I come to this blinking red light. I see it. Okay, but I'm in the middle of nowhere. All right, so as I'm coming up to it, I look to the left. No one's coming. I look to the right. I see a police car down yonder. All right? Okay, police car. Run straight through it. Cool. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Boom, lights behind me. Wow. He got here fast. So, okay, I ain't panicked. I'm legit. I know I'm dark, but I'm cool. Okay. He pulled me over. 10 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You know you just ran a stop sign. No, sir, I did not. I said, I missed it. He said, how you going to miss it? I said, I'm Ubering. I'm just following the blue line. I said, I looked to the left. No one was coming. I looked to the right, and I think me seeing the police car down the street, I just kept on rolling past. Nothing was coming. I'm in the middle of nowhere. It's 12:30 at night. It's pitch black.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's coming, and I just ran through it. He said, well, give me a second. Boom, goes back, come back. All right, I'm just going to give you a verbal warning. Man, I appreciate that. Now, I could have said, I ain't do it.
Right.
Hey, just give me my ticket and let's go. I said, hey, I did it. I apologize. I missed it. I saw nothing was coming. He said, okay. Well, if you're going to Uber, you need to pay attention, especially when you don't know where you are. You're absolutely right. It won't happen again.
Where were you Ubering in the middle of nowhere?
I went from the airport to Townsend or Townland or.
Oh yeah, you was in the country. Sticks and stones. That's it.
$50. I'll take it. Any day of the week. Anybody else want to go from the airport to Townsend? 404-555-555.
Golly.
I see most police officers are very respectful. They're very nice as long as you're cordial with them.
He probably just want to go through that foolishness at 12:30 at night.
Nor do I, but I did. I did run the light.
Yeah.
So I'm at fault.
So you just made sure you knew he was there.
Thank you. So people should be held. I mean, I get it. And Harold said, we don't know if it is or isn't true, so I would hope that we listen and figure out before we say women are money grabbers. JP.
JP's on the hot seat.
All I'm saying is that money grabbing situations have happened before.
They do.
And case in turn, these situations where these women have been sexually assaulted has happened before. So it's a catch-22. Either way, it's happened before. So
Harry, you got to come in, man.
Let's just look at both situations.
Folks, it's been our time. This has been the Sean Brown Show with JP and Evans Davis, only in beautiful, sunny Savannah, Georgia. We'll see you guys on Friday. Lunchtime Grind. We'll continue this discussion, possibly. Have a great day.
Don't let this come out that this girl was lying. I'm going to let all y'all have it.
Peace, love, and chicken grease. We're gone.
East side.